Did you ever wonder where your passport might not be as welcomed as you'd hope? Today we delve into the top 10 countries where Americans are not quite the favored visitors. Intriguing? We will be counting down from 10 to 1, so without any further ado, let's embark on this enlightening journey. At number 10, we have the reclusive North Korea. This hermit kingdom has been a no-go zone for Americans for quite some time now. Known for its isolationist policies and strict governance, North Korea has a long history of tension with the United States. But it's not just politics that keep Americans away. The country's strict control over tourism and the potential for arbitrary detention make it a risky destination for American travelers. Even special permission from the U.S. Department of State doesn't guarantee a comfortable visit. From stringent regulations on photography to the prohibition of wandering around freely, the North Korean visit is indeed unlike any other. So if you're an American looking for a travel destination, North Korea might not be the best choice. Moving on to the 9th spot, we find ourselves in Iran. A country rich in cultural heritage and home to some truly awe-inspiring landscapes, Iran has a complex relationship with the United States. Due to long-standing political tensions, travel advisories often caution against visiting. However, it's not just about politics. The country's strict social norms and laws, especially regarding dress code and behavior, can make it a challenging destination for Americans. It's important to note that these aren't necessarily reflections of how the Iranian people feel about Americans, but rather the result of geopolitical circumstances and local customs. Still, Iran is a place of remarkable beauty, from the bustling bazaars of Tehran to the grandeur of Persepolis. It's a destination that captivates the senses and sparks the imagination, offering a glimpse into a world far removed from Western norms. That wraps up Iran, our number 9. Heading to number 8, we're venturing into Syria. This Middle Eastern country, rich in history and culture, unfortunately, finds itself on our list due to the ongoing civil unrest and political instability. While Syria's ancient cities and distinctive cuisine could make it a must-visit destination, the U.S. State Department advises against travel to the region. The reasons are multifold, from the risk of terrorism and civil unrest to arbitrary arrests and serious risks to health due to inadequate medical facilities. Not to mention the lack of diplomatic relations between Syria and the U.S., which means that the U.S. government would have limited ability to provide emergency services to its citizens, and that's Syria for you at number 8. Now let's journey to our number 7, Libya. A country known for its vast deserts, ancient ruins, and rich history, Libya, however, isn't the most welcoming to American visitors. Due to years of political instability and conflicts, traveling to Libya poses significant risks, especially for Americans. The U.S. Department of State strongly advises against all travel to Libya due to the unstable security environment, which includes threats of terrorism, kidnapping, and the risk of civil unrest. Moreover, the U.S. government's ability to provide emergency services to its citizens in Libya is extremely limited. Despite its intriguing history and culture, the current circumstances make Libya a challenging and potentially dangerous destination for American travelers. And so, Libya marks our spot at number 7. We're halfway through our list with Pakistan at number 6. This South Asian country is known for its diverse cultures, languages, and cuisines, but it's also on our list. The U.S. State Department advises American travelers to reconsider their plans due to terrorism and sectarian violence. It's a fact that some areas in Pakistan are categorized as do not travel zones, primarily due to the risk of kidnapping and armed conflict. Despite its stunning natural beauty and rich history, Pakistan's security situation makes it a challenging destination for American travelers. It's crucial to understand that this does not reflect the attitudes of all Pakistanis, many of whom are hospitable and welcoming. But for now, due to these safety concerns, Pakistan sits at the 6th spot. So Pakistan takes the 6th spot. We're now entering the top 5 with Afghanistan. As the heart of Asia, Afghanistan holds a rich tapestry of history and culture. However, due to political instability and ongoing conflicts, the safety of American travelers is not assured. The U.S. Department of State has issued a Level 4 travel advisory, advising Americans not to travel to Afghanistan. Reasons include terrorism, civil unrest, kidnapping, and armed conflict. It's a land where hospitality is a deep-rooted tradition. but the current geopolitical situation makes it a daunting destination for American travelers. The towering mountains, bustling bazaars, and historical sites remain largely unseen by American eyes. It's a place of paradoxes, a captivating country that holds warm people, yet currently it's not a welcoming place for Americans due to the risks involved. Afghanistan, our 5th spot on the list. Moving forward, we find Iraq holding the 4th spot. Now, Iraq is a country with a rich history that stretches back to the dawn of civilization. However, due to decades of conflict and political instability, it's not exactly the most welcoming place for Americans. While there is no formal ban on American citizens, the U.S. Department of State advises against all travel to Iraq due to terrorism, kidnapping, and armed conflict. The security environment remains complex in Iraq, including in the Kurdistan region. Anti-U.S. sectarian militias may threaten U.S. citizens and Western companies throughout Iraq. Attacks by improvised explosive devices happen in many areas of the country, including Baghdad. The people of Iraq are known for their hospitality, but the political climate can make it challenging for Americans to navigate. That being said, it's essential to remember that travel advisories are based on the general situation in a country, and individual experiences can vary widely, and that's Iraq at number 4. Now to the top 3, we have Somalia. Somalia is a country with a rich cultural history and stunning landscapes, but it's also a place where American travelers may not feel particularly welcomed. The reasons are manifold. The primary reason is safety concerns. Somalia has been grappling with internal conflict and political instability for years, which makes it a risky destination for Americans. The U.S. Department of State has issued a travel advisory, advising U.S. citizens to avoid all travel to Somalia due to crime, terrorism, and piracy. Furthermore, anti-American sentiments have been fueled by historical geopolitical tensions and military interventions. As a result, Americans may face hostility and are advised to tread with caution. Despite its challenges, Somalia's resilience and spirit are commendable, embodying a stark contrast to the perception often portrayed. Somalia, our number 3. Just a step away from the top, at number 2, we have Sudan. Now, Sudan might not be the first country you think of when you imagine travel destinations, but it's worth discussing. While the country is home to the ancient pyramids of Meroe and the striking landscapes of the Sahara Desert, it is also known for its complex political climate and ongoing conflicts. This makes it a less than ideal destination for American travelers. In fact, the U.S. Department of State has issued a Level 4 travel advisory for Sudan, the highest level, advising Americans not to travel to the country due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, kidnapping, and armed conflict. The government's ability to provide emergency services to U.S. citizens throughout Sudan is extremely limited. This, coupled with the fact that Americans are likely to be targeted due to their nationality, makes Sudan a risky destination. Despite this, Sudan has a rich cultural heritage and history that cannot be overlooked. But for now, it's a place that American tourists are better off avoiding, at least until the situation improves. Sudan secures the 2nd spot. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to Yemen. This country's position at the top of our list might come as a surprise to some. Yemen, located in Western Asia, is a country full of history and culture. However, due to ongoing conflicts and political instability, it's considered unsafe for American tourists. The U.S. Department of State strongly advises against all travel to Yemen due to the potential for terrorism and civil unrest. Americans who do choose to travel there are unlikely to receive a warm welcome, as anti-American sentiments are high. This is largely due to the country's complex political landscape and the role that the U.S. has played in it. Despite its rich historical sites and beautiful landscapes, the risks associated with travel to Yemen are simply too great for most. The lack of a functioning government, combined with the presence of several active armed groups, makes it a very volatile and dangerous place. There you have it, Yemen at the top of our list. And as a bonus, we have one more country for you, Venezuela. A country with vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes, yet it's a place where Americans might not receive the warmest of welcomes. The political tension and economic instability have created a somewhat hostile environment for American visitors. It's important to remember that this isn't a reflection of the Venezuelan people, but rather the complex political climate. And that concludes our list, with Venezuela as our bonus entry. We've journeyed through lands of intrigue, controversy, and unique cultures. Been quite a ride? Each destination offers its own set of challenges and rewards, just waiting to be discovered one day. If you're ready to explore more fascinating destinations, click the video on your screen.